Hi guys, and welcome back to Scribe Gaming. I'm your man Scribe, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Alrighty, so the Omega kit has been revealed at long last, and I think it's long since time that you and I go and take a look at it. Let's check it out. Alright, let's just see if everything is looking fine and dandy over here. Yep, here we go, Omega, there we go, and she does have the little teddy bear. That's fantastic, that's fantastic. Okay, so light side attacker, Bad Batch, and clone trooper. She's not really a trooper, but hey, they said they were bending the rules on this one. Bend away. Has high single target damage dealer, 5th member of the Bad Batch squad, and gains stacks of target practice to boost her potential damage. Funnily enough, the synergy is suggesting place her with the Bad Batch. I didn't think anybody could see that one coming. Let's take a look. Clever and empathetic attacker who utilizes buffs, debuffs, and the presence of her Bad Batch allies to take out her foes. Superb. Let's just turn this down ever so slightly. It feels like it's a little bit higher right now. Okay, so her basic is disarming shot. The bow pull on this animation here, it seems a little funky to me. Really, when you pull back the bow, it should be up by your ear. This is all very low. But hey, what do I know about archery? Next to nothing, guys. Ignore me. Final text. Deal physical damage to the target enemy. If Omega has evasion up, inflict blind for 1 turn. Oh, and daze for 1 turn. Fabulous. Blind and daze are both incredibly good debuffs, guys. That's first and foremost. Blind obviously makes you miss an attack. Daze will obviously stop TM, stop assists, that sort of thing. If Omega has a buff that can be dispelled and it's her turn, she deals damage, again, dealing 50% less damage. So she's got 2 chances of dealing this blind and this daze, so that's super important. There's a lot of temporary buff passing from the Bad Batch crew, so she is basically always going to be trying to double tap and inflict these debuffs. She's going to be great for light side GOTB, and those debuffs are pretty good as it is. So special 1, Adaptive Learner, cooldown of 3. It is a Zeta ability. Let's take a look at this. Show me the animation. It just looks like a slightly more powerful bow shot. Okay. Deal physical damage and inflict target enemy with zeroed in. That's a new one. Dispel zeroed in from all other enemies, and Omega gains a stack of target practice. These effects cannot be copied, dispelled, prevented, or resisted and last until the end of the encounter. Wow. Zeroed in is removed from an enemy or Omega is defeated. Right. Fine. If the target enemy is exposed, this attack inflicts target locks for 2 turns and removes 10% turn meter. Turn meter control is always nice. So zeroed in, Omega has target practice while a character is afflicted by this. Omega can ignore taunt to target this enemy. So it's kind of like a taunt evasion for, or a secondary mark or taunt, only for Omega though. Target practice gives her 5% crit chance, offense, and crit damage per stack. Now I'm wondering just how much you can stack this. Dispel zero in from all other enemies and gains a stack of target practice. So basically every time she uses this, she's gaining a stack. That's okay, it's decent enough. I like the ability to avoid taunts. Empathy first. Okay, cooldown of 4. This one's just an Omega. Final text. Omega dispels all debuffs on herself and gains stealth for 2 turns. Bad Batch allies gain protection up 40% and defense penetration up for 2 turns and 10% turn meter. Even more TM control, even more survivability on the Bad Batch is pretty sick. If Omega has crit chance up, Bad Batch allies gain an additional 20% turn meter and 20% protection over time for 2 turns. Protection recovery again. If Omega already had stealth and an enemy has zeroed in, she gains a stack of target practice. Oh, so she's got another source of stacking that target practice. So it looks like she's going to be ramping up her damage quite significantly as the game goes on. This ability starts on cooldown and can't be evaded. Okay. So quite useful, giving them more survivability, stacking up the damage. They have said that they're removing the ARC Trooper requirement from the Reek mission, so maybe this is going to help using Bad Batch against the Reek mission for Ki-Adi-Mundi shards. I think we're going to have to wait and see to see how it goes. I like the fact that she can stack damage at a single target. Constantly stacking up her offense and her crit damage is very, very useful. So maybe it gives a lot of viability for them, and the additional protection recovery is very useful as well. Part of the squad, another Zeta here. At the start of the encounter, if all allies are bad batched, whenever the allied leader begins their turn, Omega gains 5 speed and 2% stacking, 2% offense stacking maximum of plus 50 speed and 20% offense for the rest of the encounter. While Omega has stealth, she has plus 10% crit damage again, and when another bad batch ally uses a special ability, Omega assists, dealing 60% less damage. While Omega has defense up, she has plus 10 crit chance. Omega's attacks deal 5% more damage for each buff she has, and 5% more damage for each debuff the enemy has. Wow, okay, so this is pretty cool. Now we've got to think that we've also got sources of armor shred on Hunter, I believe. Now armor shred cannot be dispelled, so that is a constantly stacking debuff that's going to make her deal more and more damage. I think this does have a lot of viability, guys, both in raids and in the KAM mission. Overall, pretty good. I'm really excited to see how this actually works all in all. I like what she's bringing into the Bad Batch. I think she's a solid 5th for that team, really rounds it out and definitely plugs a hole that was missing. Pretty cool, guys, pretty cool. Let's take a quick look at the developer insights right about now. So she joins on as the 5th member of the Bad Batch squad and enables Wrecker to start the battle with Taunt, which is great. Turns Wrecker into a pre-taunt. Obviously, a pre-taunt is highly beneficial to any team. Previously, the majority of the damage of the Bad Batch came from Hunter, but Omega helps round out the team's offense capabilities by focusing on single target damage, which is nice. Omega's kit provides the Bad Batch with some additional sustainability and self-dispel through her special Empathy First, which is nice. Fits right into the Bad Batch squad as her kit also interacts with buffs and debuffs. Her unique part of the squad boosts her damage based on the number of buffs she has and the debuffs her target has. She also brings several buffs to the table to the Bad Batch squad previously did not have access to: protection over time, defense penetration, and protection up. Okay, so they're sort of looking at some of the aspects of the show and trying to implement that into her abilities, which is fine. She's got that sweet Zigarian energy bow. Okay, well, I think this is looking pretty cool, guys. I think this is looking pretty cool. Excuse me. Oh dear. So we do know that Omega is actually arriving on the Holotables on the 15th, and it will be a week-long marquee event. So make sure that you guys do not miss it. I will be farming her as soon as she's available. I'm just finishing off my Jedi Master Kenobi farm, and I will be jumping straight onto the Bad Batch pretty heavily because I think they look like a solid squad. Now I want you guys to let me know down below, what do you think of this kit? Are you going to be farming her as well as the rest of the 501st Bad Batch? Do let me know in the comment section down below. And until the next time, guys, peace out. Just giving a quick shout out to my patrons. I appreciate each and every single one of you, and without your support, I wouldn't be doing this today. Thanks so much.